fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the wood cabinet tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are going to be adding a texture to it, all procedural, so it works in Eevee and cycles. So go ahead and open up Blender, go to the project, and let's get started. So we're going to go to the shading tab, and what you're going to need is going to be these modifiers. So you're going to be a color ramp node. Then you're going to add in a mix node. After the mix node, you're going to go ahead and add in a noise texture. Once you add that noise texture, go ahead and Shift D and duplicate it. And then if you have the no regular add-on, which is default in Blender, you're going to hit Control T. So then afterwards, you're going to make sure that the little checkbox on the second one there is going to be off. You're going to connect the factor to the vector, and then the factor to A, and then on the second one, you're going to put that factor to B. You're then going to connect it all together, and it's going to look like this. You can kind of already see the wood texture going on there, and it looks really nice. So what we can do is then we can start adding the material colors. So we're going to need 3 of them. I'll post the picture of what you need here, and you're just going to type it in on that little bar at the bottom. For me, I'm just going to copy paste it. I already have a file there already. So that's going to be the number for it. Again, I'm going to post a picture with all the information needed, so you can just type it out and I'll have it on screen for a little bit. Or if it's easier, I could read off the numbers, or you can pause the video. No big deal. I take really my time right here just so everything can get transferred from me to you a lot easier. So this is going to be the middle color. Again, I'm just going to paste it here. So that's the little hex icon or area there. Then you can just type it in right there and it's all good. So that's going to be your lighter brown, and then this is going to be the light brown color that you want to have that little contrast that kind of like wood has. So again, I'm just going to copy it, come back to this one, go to the hex, paste it, and I'll have it on the screen here for you guys so you can see. So now that we have that, the colors, we're going to go to the scale, and we're going to do the Y and Z to 0.350. You're going to see it's kind of changing it up there a little bit. Then we're going to go to the scale, and we're going to change the scale on the first one to 0.030. And it's going to disappear. Don't worry, it's all going to fix itself. The detail, we're going to do 10. The roughness, we're going to do at 1.1. And it kind of brought it back there a little bit. So that's positive. And then it's going to mess up here again, but we're going to go ahead and set that one to 1.1. On the second one, with the normalization off, set the scale to 2.0. We're going to set the detail to 13 or 10, sorry. We're going to set the roughness to 0.9. And then we're going to distortion to 1.1 as well. So now you see we kind of have this stretching going on a little bit. Again, don't worry, it's okay. We're going to fix this as we go along. So again, I'm just taking my time so you guys can see all the numbers there. so we can see what it looks like. I'm moving it around just to give it something different from what I've done before. Like, feel free to play along with it. This is your project. I'm just here to help. So I'm just adjusting it, make sure it looks good. I'm noticing that the front is kind of off. So I'm going to mess with the scale a little bit. And you can see what the scale is doing to the wood texture and how it's making it look. So you can, again, this is your project. You can do what you want with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to UV project or smart UV unwrap, which is an extra add-on you can get. I'm going to go to UV instead of using the generated. And now you can see it's all in one giant UV, which is pretty cool, right? Because now you can just go into like the UV mapping and you can change it, or you can do the scale there. I personally like going into the UV mapping and just moving it around so it looks different. So I'm going to show you here. So as you move that around, it's kind of just moving the wood grain. Of course, if you stretch it, if you scale it, it's going to change it, make it bigger, smaller. So I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to just type in 0.350 and I'm kind of getting it back now to the original state it was. It's just I UV wrapped it. That is the only difference. You don't have to. You can just play with the sliders if you like, if that works for you. So the scale on that one there I put at, I think the same at 0.03. So to then add a little bit more texture to this, especially for cycles, what we can do here is we are going to just copy these three, and then we're going to add a color ramp. And then from the color ramp, we're going to add a bump node. So then from here, you're going to connect the generated back to the mapping. So the mapping, we're going to change it to 120. The Y, we're going to put at 0.8. And then we're going to set the scale of the noise texture to 4.0. We're going to set the detail to 13, the roughness to 0.5, and then the distortion to 0.2, and the other one to 0.5 as well. Then we're going to connect the factor to the factor of the color texture, color ramp, sorry, and then we're just going to add it to the bump. We're going to wait for this to load in, and then you can kind of see it coming together now. So from here, sorry about this extra windows that I have open. So from here, we're just going to start adjusting everything so the bump isn't so drastic. And to do that, we're going to mess with the strength of the bump node, and I put mine at 0.1. Or, yeah, 0.1. And you can kind of see I'm just adjusting it. You know, to my liking. You could adjust it to yours as well. And honestly, that looks good. That's where I have it set right now. I do adjust some of them back later. So again, I'm going to post a picture on the screen here that's going to show all the numbers of the final render that I used here. So that now we're going to do the metal handle. And for the metal handle, you're just going to create a new material. You're going to add a color ramp and an ambient occlusion. So then once you get those set, you're going to plug in the color to the factor. And then for the distance, you're going to put at 1.3. And your samples, you're going to put at 16. Then you connect the color to the color. And you're going to see here, it's kind of like a weird smoky color. And that's okay. So you're going to move the metallic up to all the way. And you're going to put the roughness about 2.218. And then you're going to add a noise texture. And then you're going to add a bump node. You're going to connect the factor to the height. We're going to change the scale to 2000, the detail to 15, and the rest we're going to leave alone. Then we're going to connect the normal to the normal. Oops, I'm having a little difficulties here. So we're just going to wait for this to load in. So sometimes it may take a bit, but now you can see that it's kind of like a see-through material. But to fix that issue, we got to change that IOR. So that's what's making it that kind of weird see-through glass, almost foggy glass, which we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to then change the IOR to 1.450. And then once we enter 1.450, it's going to, of course, load. I don't have the best at computers, but doing what we can. So then once it loads and it becomes happy, and then we're going to adjust the strength on that one too. We're going to adjust it to 0.1, and then you can see it's not as see-through anymore. It has that nice metallic shine to it. And then we're pretty much golden from here. What you can do then is then just copy the material onto the other items there. So we're going to name these two so we know what they are. So that's going to be the wood material. And it's going to be like the metal handle material or metal material. So then from here, your textures are pretty much set, which is nice. And as I promised, this is the material setup for wood, or the node setup for the wood. I'm going to leave it here for a second just so you can pause it if you need to, or if you don't want to, you can kind of just breeze through it real quick. And then this is going to be the material setup for the metal, for that little metal handle that you created. And then, yeah, we're just going to keep on going through the process here. So we're still naming things. And then now what we can do is just assign a new, we made it a fake user there. So we're just going to duplicate what we have and then make it its own entity, its own color. So here we're just going to drag these down. So it's going to be the darker wood now. So I'll go ahead and speed this process up. So once we have that material set up, you can see it's the nice dark wood color. So I'm going to click on the main body and I'm just going to put the wood material to it. And you can see it's a little bit off. Some things are proper, some things aren't. Again, what makes that very easy is just the UV project. We're going to go back to the UV editing, and then we can move things around and resize them as needed. So you can see that's only moving the wood underneath though. So we're going to have to go back into the shading material, the shading editor, and then we're going to have to adjust the bump node, which is giving it that wave texture. So right now I think the wood is looking good. So then we're going to go back to the shading materials. And then we're going to just adjust the scale. So you can see it's getting a little more rough there, more bumps. So again, you're free to do what you want, make it look however you want. I'm just giving you those tools. But now you can see that there's a nice bump on there. It's going to be a little too strong for my liking. So I'm also going to adjust it down now. Just kind of so it like fades away so it's not as, in your face, so to speak. So here I am, just adjusting it still, trying to find that good medium that I like. Because as we all know, wood isn't smooth unless it's, I guess, man-made, laminated. So I mean, if you want laminated, then you can put laminated all you want. So from here, I'm just going to speed up the process until the end. Okay, it actually looks pretty good. So we're going to move on to just adding the wood layer to the other drawers. So again, we're just going to copy the same material. So we're going to do the wood material first, so it goes on the back half of it, and then we're just going to select the face, pull up the dark wood material, and just make sure you assign it to that piece there. So again, create a new material, or just go there, collect the wood, shift or tab into edit mode, select the face, add a new material, and then just pick the darker wood. And like I said, don't forget to assign it. And then there you go. There you go. There's your cabinet, pretty much already all colored. So we're going to go ahead and UV unwrap it. So then we can just adjust the wood texture just so it's not the same. It doesn't look like it's tiled or in any way. I'm going to do this to both of them. And then we're going to go ahead and add the material data to the metal handles. Again, just click the handle, go to the materials, and then just click the ones you need. So here I am, and you can see the insides again. And again, we're just going to UV unwrap everything just so we can add a variety of different wood there. So you can see if I pull all of them out, they're all going to be like the same. So this one, once I UV unwrap it, it's going to look exactly the same as the other two. So from here, again, just go into your UV editor, and then you're just going to, with everything selected in that one specific category, or you can click the face, and then you can just start adjusting from there.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Once that one was complete, I noticed that the bump was a little too much on the drawers there. So I'm going to just adjust it so it's not as strong. And again, it's just trial and error, just figure out which one works, which one doesn't. Just so it's easier to mess with, or it's okay to mess with things. That's how we learn. We learn what works and what doesn't work. So then there we go. This is now your beautiful box, your cabinet. Everything works and everything's ready to go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I had tons of fun making it. If you're looking to just purchase the asset here, it's on CG Trader. So I hope you guys again soon in the next tutorial. Till then, have fun.